Ladies and gentlemen, gather your baby bottles and take cover, because what transpired at Claressa Shields' baby shower was not a celebration, but rather a battleground. Yes, you have heard the rumors, but believe me when I say that the truth is worse than the rumors. What happens when a resentful ex shows up at your baby shower without being invited, dressed in all white as if she is the one expecting? What happens when that ex just so happens to be Remy Ma, who is armed with attitude, years of unresolved trauma, and a petty streak longer than a CVS receipt? Well, things get better because the man caught in the middle is none other than Mr. This isn't just baby mama drama. This is baby Armageddon. Stay tuned. The scandal has only just begun. It was supposed to be a happy moment. Claressa Shields, the two-time Olympic gold medalist boxing champion and soon-to-be mother, was glowing in pink chiffon. But did Papoose really slap Remy in front of guests, caterers, and a gender reveal cake shaped like a boxing glove? Why was she hurried out by security with tears in her eyes and frosting on her dress? And who leaked the now-viral footage? There were matching mocktails, a custom Shields baby cake sculpted into a championship belt, rose gold gift tables, and a crowd of A-list guests who came to celebrate new life. This was the baby shower of the season, but it all fell apart the moment Remy Ma arrived. To be clear, Remy was not invited. She wasn't on the guest list, she wasn't in the group chat, and according to a leaked text from Claressa's cousin, she was specifically barred from the event following a tense run-in. 2 weeks earlier, at a nail salon in Remy, reportedly threw an entire acrylic nail display at the receptionist in Brooklyn. So no, this woman wasn't welcome. But when did that ever stop her? Remy came in wearing a tight white designer gown that was the exact shade Claressa was wearing. Big black sunglasses, and a face full of attitude with the kind of walk that said, "I'm here to ruin everything. I brought heels," and guests stopped talking mid-sentence. And in a now-viral video snippet posted by Celeb T Backup 2, she appeared to be on the run from TMZ. You can see Claressa look up from her throne of satin pillows and mutter to herself, "You must be kidding me." But let's go back a moment and ask why Remy would even show up. She and Papoose were once the ride or die fairy tale. He waited for her during her prison sentence, held her down, and defended her when no one else would. However, that love story has now been shattered into a million glittery baby shower confetti pieces because he moved. An anonymous friend hair stylist who asked to be called Peaches said, "This isn't over. I'm not going to let that baby be the headline." Claressa Shields went from being my lady to forever my fist-fighting baby mama. And Remy wasn't just upset, she was humiliated. The loss of your man is one thing, but losing him to a younger, richer, undefeated boxing champion is a whole different trauma. When Claressa announced her pregnancy last month, well, insiders say Remy spiraled. She was throwing things, crying, and screaming into voice notes, she said. She was walking through a crowd of influencers and bet executives as if it were her bridal shower, uninvited, unbothered, and unhinged. She didn't look at Claressa or nod at Papoose. Instead, she just walked straight to the front and stood next to the stage where Tank was getting ready to sing. At that point, everything went haywire. Papoose, who had been standing close to the DJ booth, turned around and froze, according to witnesses, clenching his jaw and dropping the mini cupcake he was holding. His entire vibe changed. One caterer said, going from chill to DEFCON 1 and 0. According to Blog Queen NYC, she allegedly responded, "Go ahead, Pap. Make a scene like you always do right before you crawl back." Then, in a moment that no one saw coming, everyone's camera somehow caught Papoose lifting his hand and laughing in his face as if this was a TikTok prank. 2 seconds later, he stormed over, grabbed Remy by the wrist, and whispered something that has now become the quote of the week on Twitter. "You've got 5 seconds to leave before I make TMZ richer." Slapped Remy Ma across the face, causing the room to go silent. The DJ then turned off the music and Claressa sat there in complete shock, covering her stomach with both hands as if she were in a fight ring. The sound of the slap is being used as an audio remix on TikTok as we speak. One guest screamed, another began to pray, and a third reportedly yelled, "Not the baby energy, Remy." Security ran in, didn't walk, and worst of all, Remy didn't even flinch. Instead, she just stared at Papoose. "You really just did that in front of her, in front of your new family?" they asked, and that's where part one ends, my friends, because what follows makes the slap seem like foreplay. In part two, we delve into the aftermath, the leaked audio, and the anonymous source who claims that Claressa herself planned this whole thing. Yes, you heard me correctly, was the slap staged. Let's go deeper. The room was shocked that the slap wasn't just physical, which symbolic of years of heartbreak, betrayal, and unspoken rage released in one. The entire baby shower was left speechless by an open-handed moment. But just when you thought the drama had reached its climax, it got even worse. Within 16 minutes, phones were out, cameras were rolling, and by the 30-minute mark, 3 different angles of the slap were already making the rounds online. When your baby daddy slaps his ex at your baby's shower, skull-broken heart balloon. Someone captioned a TikTok with dramatic piano music. In less than an hour, there were over 1 million views, but Claressa's shields appeared to have been struck by a symbolic uppercut. Not because of Remy or Papoose, but because of sheer public humiliation. The woman was crying, not sniffling, and was wearing a capital C mascara foundation and a custom maternity sash that was hanging off her shoulder like it had been through war. Just when security thought they had everything under control, Remy grabbed the microphone. Yes, the microphone, and her cheeks were still red from the slap. She approached the stage where Tank had completely vanished, most likely hiding in the restroom, and said, "I just want everyone to know I came here." Let's break it down. According to an anonymous source who claims to be a member of Claressa's glam squad but asked to remain anonymous, Angel Dove Papoose had been in contact with Remy in the past week, but not for love. He texted me last week and then, like they were watching the season finale of a soap opera. Guests gasped as they rushed the stage, but her heels got stuck in the baby blue carpet. Someone fainted near the mimosa fountain, and Papoose appeared to have temporarily lost his soul. No, the texts were about moving on and getting closure before the baby is born. However, getting closure with Remy Ma is like trying to put out a house fire with glitter. This is where things take a turn for the worse. Hours after the slap, a leaked voice note purportedly from Claressa herself started making the rounds. It was in a private group chat with her boxing coach, assistant, and 2 brand managers. In the clip, a woman who sounds a lot like Claressa says, "If she shows up, let her. I need the world to see who he really is." There's no way someone slapped Remy Ma on camera and the lighting was perfect. This was a Netflix doc waiting to happen, read one viral tweet. Did Claressa know Remy might crash the party? Did she want the drama? Was the entire event decorated with soft baby colors and vegan cupcakes actually a setup? The internet went crazy when #Remy versus Claressa trended on Twitter within hours. People were analyzing every second of the slap footage, like it was a JFK assassination tape. Was it staged? Was Papoose mic'd up? Was the camera quality too good? Additionally, a little audience had collected outside. And when asked if she had any last words, Remy supposedly replied, "Ain't no shower without thunder." According to another video that surfaced from outside the venue, it showed her being escorted out by security with a high level of unbotheredness and even a smirk. Nobody knows what it even means, but TikTok merch hustlers have already put it on t-shirts and coffee mugs. Now, let's talk about Papoose, who has gone totally silent. He has no Instagram story, no live stream, no cryptic statements, just a blank profile image. And his most recent post was, "And can't wait," is written with an innocent picture of Claressa clutching baby shoes. Clown emojis and fire icons abound. But guess who went live? That Joe, Remy Ma's longtime friend and mentor, unexpectedly appeared on Instagram Live while wearing sunglasses and sitting in a dimly lit room whispering. Sometimes people forget who actually controls the microphone, and fans go crazy. Does this mean Fat Joe is supporting Remy? Is he hinting at a documentary, a tell-all, or a diss track? Several blogs are already speculating that Remy is getting ready for a Red Table Talk. The gossip page claims that Claressa's team has contacted a lawyer alleging emotional distress, public defamation, and disruption of a private event. Although this has not been confirmed, there is talk of a restraining order against Remy Ma, which has already sparked debate online. Instagram users are split, with one side yelling Remy had no business showing up at a baby shower, you don't bring prison vibes, while the other, for her, the side is riding hard. We had no involvement in the incident and were unaware of the guests' personal relationships. The venue, the terrible event space in Jersey City, said in a Yelp comment after Papoose led both of these women on a journey that he deserved to be exposed for. Too late, their Google reviews have been spammed with 0 stars. Great for weddings, terrible for slaps. And here's the final kicker of part 2. As Remy was being driven away in a black SUV, someone captured audio of her on the phone. She's heard saying, part 2 is going to be painful if I have to be the one to give her the truth. You would think that after the slap, mic snatch, and leaked voice notes, this whole circus would have come to an end. But no, there was one last shocking turn of events, and the internet was already in flames. Yes, there are more texts, more lies, and possibly more violence because guess what leaked next? An unreleased text thread between Papoose and Remy that might just reveal the real father of Claressa's baby is still in doubt, with footage of Remy Ma being pulled out by security as if she were trying out for the baby edition of Bad Girls Club. Claressa was reportedly sedated and crying in the bridal suite, while Papoose disappeared entirely. No posts, interviews, or live streams, and just when things seemed to be settling down, a private iCloud backup was leaked. Yes, screenshots of a full text thread between Papoose and Remy Ma that was dated just 3 weeks prior to the baby shower were posted online, and within one, Papoose allegedly wrote, "I still think about you every night." Fans went completely crazy even while I was standing next to her. The timeline was overflowing with memes. One included a split image of Remy holding a microphone and Claressa clutching her baby bulge, with the message, "Who's really carrying the weight?" But hold on, it gets worse. One note says, "I know that baby might not even be mine, and you do too." That baby might not even be mine. I'll say it again. Everything changed all of a sudden. It wasn't simply a slap. Twitter became a battlefield as people began pulling up timelines, matching photos, and creating charts as if they were conducting full FBI investigations. Some even noticed that Claressa had never publicly mentioned when she became pregnant, only that she was grateful to be pregnant. The phrase "Papoose needs a DNA test" trended at number 2 worldwide, and guess who put gasoline on the fire? Remy Ma went live yesterday from a dimly lit room. She went live to 95,000 viewers while sporting a hoodie and no makeup, and her phone was angled at the traditional 30 untidy angle. She didn't hold back and began sipping tea calmly from a mug that said, "Booked and unbothered." Then she said, "Everyone wants to paint me as the villain and the bitter ex. Let me ask you this. What would you do if the man you sacrificed your life for tried to play house with someone else while still sending you texts saying, 'I miss you'?" She took out receipts and held up actual printed screenshots to the camera, and I didn't crash at all. I entered a world that someone had attempted to rewrite without me. And the bombshell: Remy said that Papoose wasn't sure who the father was from the beginning. He told me back in February I need a test because I can't trust anybody. Now that I'm the crazy one, the The comments section completely collapsed, and Remy really let it all out. "So wait, Papoose proposed to Claressa with a baby," he asked, which makes the slap make sense. Now that Remy had proof, not just vibes, but even more outrageous, a fake Maury edit went viral. Featuring clips of Papoose edited over Maury Povich. "You are not the father." Claressa's camp went dark while she was running backstage, and there were no Instagram stories, boxing promo posts, or inspirational quotes. Then, all of a sudden, her manager posted a mysterious story that said, "Be careful when you try to expose someone holding TNT, because now everyone burns." But wait, what is Claressa doing now? Is she preparing her own receipts? Is this about to turn into a full-blown baby mama Cold War? Meanwhile, legal sources you know, the ones we made up for this video, are claiming that Remy might face a trespassing suit, a defamation charge, and even a restraining order. But that won't stop her. A day later, she posted a picture of herself standing in front of a mirror with the caption, "You only file charges when you lose control." Yikes. And let's not forget about Papoose, the man in the middle who allegedly questioned his own unborn child, kissed his fiancée, and slapped his ex-wife Papoose. He then posted a black square with no caption or comments, and everyone knew what that meant: guilt, reputation. Another wrote, "He dropped a blackout post like it's 2020 again. Boy, go get that DNA test." But perhaps the most shocking turn of all was a security camera clip that was leaked. It was 9 seconds long, grainy, but clear enough, and purportedly showed Claressa throwing her baby shower, tiara across the room, and screaming that he slapped her for nothing if he still didn't know who the father is. The internet went into a collective faint, and now blogs are speculating that Claressa might end the relationship entirely, according to sources. Remy Ma has announced a new freestyle called Baby Showers and Bullet Points that will be released this Friday. Fans have already predicted that it will be a diss track directed at both Papoose and Claressa. The comments under the teaser indicate that she is about to wrap up the DNA test results, and the beat is better than Papoose. This is going to be the ether of baby mamas. Just when you thought that was the end, a final rumor surfaced in the timeline, claiming that someone close to her is the slap that shook the crib. Remy Papoose and Claressa Unfiltered. There you have it, people. A baby shower turned boxing ring, a slap that reverberated louder than a Grammy performance, and a love triangle so messy it needs its own cleaning crew. However, the real question is, who do you think Remy Ma was? A bitter ex looking for chaos, or a woman finally snapping after being lied to for months? This is far from over, and you already know we're digging up the next set of receipts. So hit the like button, subscribe to stay ahead of the mess, and hit the notification bell, because when part 2 of this drama hits, you'll want front row seats. Do you think the slap was deserved? Should Remy drop the diss track? Should Claressa demand a DNA test? Or should Papoose just delete Instagram and go live in the mountains? Please, share your thoughts in the comments. Seats in the celeb tycoon, where the drama is great and the tea is poisonous. We always get slapped.